Hello everybody, it's part 3 of my sci-fi films, so, oh yeah, there goes Lewis. And there he goes, he's off the screen. Anyways, let's finish up the big guy Godzilla. Now, just double featured Godzilla vs SpaceGodzilla and Godzilla vs Destoroyah. I don't know why they named him that, but who cares? These are really good films, they're fun to watch, and the third series had what I like about them, and they had a lot of good action sequences with Godzilla, and they focus more on Godzilla, which is what I like. Because when you watch a Godzilla film, you don't watch it for plot, you watch it for Godzilla. Seriously, how many of you people, when you're watching a Godzilla film, are you going, when you're watching a Godzilla film, is this what you think? You think, plot, 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 plot. Oh yeah, Godzilla's in, alright. Get him, Godzilla. Yes. That's how I think when I'm watching a Godzilla film. I just want to see monsters fighting and less people talking. Anyways, Godzilla vs. SpaceGodzilla is a lot of fun. Same thing with Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. I couldn't tell you how many times. The first time I saw Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, I actually started crying when I first saw that. When Godzilla died, I just didn't expect that to happen. And at the time I was a huge fan of Godzilla, and we actually imported the subtitled versions from Japan before they were released in America. They were special imports. They weren't that expensive, but they were really cool. We used to have them all, but when we moved, we lost a lot of our movies. Like, we lost all of our Godzilla films that we had on tape, and I think we lost, what else did we lose? I think we lost, our Super Mario Bros. Super Show and our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. I think we also lost the Indiana Jones films and Ghostbusters, but I'm not sure. But luckily, they came to DVD. But unfortunately, Godzilla 1985 and Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla vs. Megalon, for some reason, didn't have a DVD release. And if they did, can someone tell me where I can find them? And there's just one website that has them, but I want an actual DVD, not those kind of a bootleg movie, those bootleg kind of movies. So what I'm doing is I emailed the companies that own the rights to those to Godzilla vs. Biollante and Godzilla 1985 and asked them if they were planning on having a DVD release. And I recommend you do the same, because if you're a fan of Godzilla and you're like me, you want these movies out on DVD. And I'd get them on tape again, but finding them on tape is really hard, and I have to get my VCR to work. Anyways, back to the movie. A lot of fun. I highly recommend this. The special effects are pretty cool, especially for the time. I'd like to apologize if I went off track there. It's just something I wanted to get off my chest. Alright, I am officially almost done with with Godzilla, which is sad because I don't want to be done with Godzilla. Alright, the next one is Godzilla the American remake. A lot of people don't like this. I don't understand why. Like, I can understand why. Like, I think the only problem I have with it is that it's titled Godzilla. And when I first saw it, it wasn't bad. I didn't care. Like, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. And I like how he looks, but it just doesn't look like Godzilla. I mean, hold on, let me see if I can find a good picture. This is what Godzilla is supposed to look like. Here he looks more like a Tyrannosaurus Rex. That's just a minor complaint, but they could have at least tried and stay to the original feel. I liked the original plot a lot more. He was supposed to fight another monster, which I don't know why they would scrap that. Why would you do that? That doesn't make sense. You know how much better this movie would have been if you had him fighting another monster? Like, don't get me wrong, I love the original Godzilla, and he didn't fight a monster, but still, that would have been so cool to watch. And plus, Godzilla is not supposed to be killed by the U.S. military, and some people may be saying, well, one person I remember even in the comment that said, well, the movie wouldn't have ended. Have you seen and then I said, well, Godzilla 2000, they didn't kill him, and he said, he's not talking about Godzilla 2000, he's talking about this one. And I wanted to reply, but I said, no, I'm not going to bother anymore. The movie ended, but Godzilla still lived, and he ran up rampaging through Tokyo, but the movie still ended. You see, the military is supposed to kill Godzilla. They could have killed him like they did in the first one with, like, some, like, oxygen destroyer or whatever. Godzilla's supposed to be invincible, and he's supposed to breathe fire. Well, he's supposed to have atomic breath. He breathes fire in this, but whether or not it's actually fire is beyond me. But still, it's still a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. You can just sit down and have fun with it. If you just want to watch a monster movie, just for the heck of it, just pop this in sometime. You'll just sit down and have fun with it. Don't think of it too much as a Godzilla film. Just think of it as a monster movie. That's what I do. I mean, it's not high class or whatever, but it's just a monster movie, and that's what you want, right? I mean, everyone loves Cloverfield, and I can't stand that. Alright, my last Godzilla film is Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Why the title is that long, I have no idea, and this scene's hilarious. And yes, it's still American Psycho. This one is great. I love this film. I think the only reason why I bought this is just to see what Godzilla looked like, because I heard he looked really cool in this one, and he does, but they made his stomach a little big, which kind of bothered me, but who cares? The special effects are really cool to look at. Mothra's cool, King Ghidorah's cool, but what's weird is Gidorah is always the bad guy, but in this one he's actually a good guy. And the weird thing is none of the monsters kill him, but the military does. And I know a lot of people are probably saying, military, you complain about the military killing him in Godzilla, the American version, but what they did was they actually killed him from the inside. So, and like he actually wound up killing himself. It wasn't really the military, but the military did wind up giving him a huge hole in his body, and he wound up, his atomic breath wound up coming through that, and that wound up killing himself. I mean, at first it's kind of like bland, but once the monsters start showing up, it's an all-out awesomeness. But this is a direct sequel to the original film. The Millennium series were all direct sequels, except Tokyo SOS. That was a sequel to Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. This one's really cool, though. It's one of my favorites from the Millenniums. I'm not sure if I'm going to have to go into part 4. If I am, I'm probably going to cry. The next one is They Live. You all know how much I love this film. The action sequences are pretty cool. The guy is just a smart mouth throughout the entire film. I like the plot. It's actually an adaptation of a movie called 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if that was a book as much as it was a short story. This is a very cool movie. The special effects are pretty cool. You know, that's not a problem. This is a lot of fun. I like the main character, like I said. I like the aliens. I like the plot. It's so cool to watch, and it's in a way denouncing communism. Like, it shows like all the things that we like, and they're pretty much saying that that's what's controlling our lives, which in reality it is. The next one is iRobot. Now this is kind of an adaptation to the novel iRobot, written by Isaac Asimov. I'm not sure if I can pronounce that. I can't pronounce that for the life of me. And it's loosely adapted. I'm not sure if adapted is really the right word. I think the only thing that it has similar, like the novel, is a series of short stories. This is about, like, the only thing that the novel and this share is Dr. Calvin and the 3 laws of robotics. But this is still a good film. I like this film. I sit down and have fun with it. Will Smith did a good job. I like the action sequences. And a lot of you people may have seen a book titled iRobot, but there's 2 different ones. 2 books with the same title. Why they did that, I don't know. One's written by Howard Smith, and that's a different story entirely. Don't pick that one up. It's stupid. The next one is Lifeforce. This one I did a review about already, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you want to watch that, just look for it. Or I'm going to put in description bar. It's about vampires from outer space, and they suck their life force out of you. It's really cool. Pick it up. It's terrifying. It's like a horror sci-fi movie. Next one is Super Mario Brothers. I love this film. I don't care what anyone says. I have a lot of fun with it. I can see why a lot of people don't like it, but I still love this film. I recommend it highly. Now, a lot of you saw this film, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. Transformers, the movie. This is actually the second movie. It's a prequel, so a lot of people are confused. I love this film. Check it out. Anyways, I'm done.